displaying the glory of God's creation by exploring America one park at a time. Welcome to Parking Full Time with Big Dave, the park's professor. 10th hole. The par and distance are at the top of the screen. This hole plays moderately downhill with the scenic lake in the backdrop. There is this almost picket fence of tall pine trees, but it's only about 100 feet in front of the tee, and the rest of the hole is pretty open. So a decent throw with decent distance and good accuracy should set up a birdie opportunity on this hole. I want to welcome you back to Parking Full Time. I am Big Dave, the park's professor. We are at Sandy Creek Park, and so we're on the north side of Athens, Georgia. There's the 10th basket, and there's the view back uphill to the tee from behind the basket. Now we head into the woods where we're going to stay for most of the rest of this course. The 11th hole is a long uphill hole. It's also a gradual dogleg left. The fairway is reasonably generous for a densely wooded hole until you get up close to the basket, and therefore a couple of good throws will still probably set up a birdie opportunity on this hole. Let me say a word about the courses at this park. Sandy Creek Park has two disc golf courses. There's an 18-hole white course and also a 9-hole red course. Alternatively, you can combine those two courses in a clever way to form a single 27-hole course called the Alt 27. And the Alt 27 is the course that I'm presenting here. So far, every hole we've seen has been from the white course, but we're going to get into the red course in just a couple of holes. There's the 11th basket, and there's the view back downhill to the tee from behind the basket. The 12th hole is far tighter than the previous hole. It plays down and up across a moderately sloped ravine. There is a stream at the bottom of this ravine, and so technically this is a forced water carry. More problematic is the fact that players have to walk across this fairway from right to left when they're going from the 25th basket to the 26th tee. We just jumped across the stream and now we're going to head up to the basket. Those players walking across the fairway definitely presents a safety hazard, and it might be a good idea to use a spotter on this hole due to the dense woods and also due to that safety hazard. The 13th hole plays parallel to a park road, which is off to the right. This hole's slightly uphill, it's fairly tight, it's pretty straight, and honestly there isn't really much more to say about this hole. Let me take this opportunity to talk about the tees and baskets on this course. Most holes on this course have 3 different tees, and between 1 and 3 possible basket positions. And that's the reason for the range of distances I'm giving you at the top of the screen. All these video clips start at the back tee and go to whatever position the basket was in when I came here. The multitude of tees and basket positions makes this course very replayable and also very adaptable to your skill level, and it's one of the strengths of this course. The 14th hole is our first taste of the red course. There are a couple of trees directly between the tee and the basket. I walked to the left of those trees, although you could also go to the right. This is a pretty interesting hole because you have to pick a line and execute a throw if you want to get close to the basket in only one throw. There's the 14th basket, it's the 9th hole on the red course, and there's the view back to the tee from behind the basket. The 15th hole plays from a slightly elevated tee. This hole is slightly downhill. It's fairly tight, but it's also fairly straight. We just jumped down off the tee and now we're going to walk down to the basket. So you want to throw your disc far enough to get it to the basket, but you really need to keep your disc straight on this hole. Accuracy is more important than power. I captured this video on Tuesday, March the 25th, and it was a warm and sunny afternoon with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s when I came here. I did see a few other groups out on the course when I played here. This course is pay to play. It's $3 to play here. That keeps the crowds down a little bit, but I think this is a pretty good course, and therefore, in my mind, it's worth every penny of the $3 you have to pay to play here. Now we go back to the white course for the 16th hole. This hole is a long and sweeping dogleg left. It plays gradually downhill at first and then gradually uphill. The fairway seems to coincide with a hiking trail or at least an old road, and therefore you need to check for walkers on this hole before you throw. The fairway is somewhat tight, but we've definitely played tighter. And there's a wetland off to the right. You're better off missing uphill to the left than you are missing to the right. And besides, maybe you get a good bounce off that hill to the left. I want to take the length of this hole as an opportunity to thank you for watching. Parking full time would not be anything without the people who watch. I realize that every day, and I thank you every day. Also, I don't make any monetary compensation for anything I do for this project, and so the only thing I get for writing these course reviews and making these videos are your likes, your subscribes, your views, and your comments, and I do appreciate all of those things. The 17th hole is back on the red course. It plays moderately uphill, and because of that hill, you're blind to both the fairway and the basket when you're standing on the tee. This hole is a slight dogleg left, and therefore you're probably going to want to work your disc from right to left with your tee shot. I don't really like the blind features on this hole, and this hole's a little too much throw and hope for my taste. To get to the 18th tee, you have to walk behind the basket, then go to the right of the restroom building and look at the edge of the woods. This is actually the only place on this course where I had to use the photo I took of the course map to help me navigate the course. I'm presenting the 27 holes on this course in 3 videos, the front 9, the middle 9, and the back 9, and therefore the 18th hole is the last hole on the middle 9. This hole plays moderately downhill, and it's super tight, probably the tightest hole that we've seen so far. The downhill does help you with the distance, and so distance is not that big of an issue on this hole. You want to keep the driver in your bag and use your most accurate throw on this hole. Overall, this course has a little too much repetition and a few too many boring holes to be a 5-star course, but I do really like this course. I enjoyed my round here, and most people who come here will enjoy their round. There's the view back up the fairway to the tee. That is the end of the middle 9. I will see you on the back 9. Until then, have a great afternoon, take care, and Lord bless.